Election 2011 coverage on Manx Radio. Brought to you by PDMS.
Yes, this morning just one election candidate. He hails from the constituency of Malew Santon. Gareth-Kelly is 29, single, runs a blacksmith and metal fabrication business. He's lived in Santon all his life. Good morning.
How are you doing, John?
Thanks
nice to be here.
A quote from you: "I know what the young people want and what the older people need." Well,
Yep.
Let's have some examples. What do young people want?
The young people want to be able to get on the property ladder, have a safe, stable home, and a job as well along with it.
So you know what they want. So what can you do about it?
Getting on the property ladder, we can maybe look into ways to try and help them along with the first-time buyer scheme. Maybe bring in the rent-to-buy scheme, for them to.
So financial support from the government.
Yes, but
Can we afford it?
if we did a rent-to-buy, it wouldn't actually cost us anything. It would just open the door up for. A lot of young people have to go and rent a house before they were allowed to get a mortgage and save up to prove that they can. If you're paying £700 a month, how can you save up for a deposit? You can't.
Is this a big problem in Malew and Santon?
Yes, more in Santon. Malew, I haven't really got around yet to ask that problems yet. In Santon, there's not too many young people coming in because the house prices are high and there isn't a lot of houses there to be taken over.
Well, you've got quite a few mature people in your constituency.
Yes.
What do they need?
We need to look ahead to their health. It's going to deteriorate as time goes on, as it always
That's
does.
the main issue, health, do you think, with older people?
Yes, and getting about as well in Santon. More locals' issues is the road problems with the speed and the lack of crossing points for them.
So what would you do? Put road traffic bumps everywhere? Put policemen on every corner?
No, I don't think you can put bumps in because it's a main road through from south to Douglas. But we could maybe better policing of it. Maybe reduce the speed limit because it is quite a built-up area in Santon.
At 29, you're young for this role, but you said, if I haven't had enough life experience by 29, then God help me,
Yeah.
quote. So what experience have you had that's going to stand you as a politician? From a standing start, it has to be said.
Definitely from a standing start. Just living in the real world, just working and living with people on this island.
It's rather a different world, being a world of a politician in the Keys and Tynwald.
Well, yes, you have to be a bit diplomatic and you have to look at both sides of the coin and make a decision. But I've always been good at making decisions and seeing both sides, so I feel that I can do that job.
You've run a business for 5 years. It has actually flourished. Well, obviously, you've had the background to flourish, so this government must be doing something right. So why do you want to replace one part of it?
I don't know if the government. I think we've. They have, in some respects, done a lot for bringing jobs over to the island, in that respect. But the way they've been throwing money and spending money, it's not good for the economy. It is and it's not. Now we're in this position now. It's not good for us. It was 5-10 years ago. And I don't think they know how to bring the deficit down.
So they don't know what they're doing, basically.
Some will. Most of them I don't think do.
You want to bring companies south. Now, how do you do that?
How do I do that? We have to offer them land to build on or places to go into.
Free land or...?
If it's government-owned land, why can't we give it to them on cheap leases to relocate?
You say the island's politicians have lost touch with the people. So
Yeah.
how have they lost touch and how do they get that touch back again?
They need to get round to the people and speak to them again. I think the government ministerial's jobs, they sort of do get sidelined into just doing the stuff on the national level. Some of them do go round and they do speak to them, but I think they should go round more. They should be bringing ideas to the table from the local people because there's a lot of brains in the island.
Would you be a constituency MHK or would you look to do a national role as well? I mean, would your
Both.
role totally be? You do both?
You have to do both. If you can't do both, you shouldn't be standing.
So what area do you think in the government you would be best served, you could best serve the country?
I think I could serve in most of them. Department of Infrastructure, Department of Agriculture, places like that. I've got.
You're an independent, aren't you?
Yes.
Would you look to affiliate yourself with any of the groupings inside, or would you keep your independence, if I can put it that way?
I would keep my independence, but you would have to work with other people, obviously, to get the job done. You can't just sit in there and sit in your corner and go, I'm going to go on my own. You have to work with others.
I'm sure you won't sit in your corner. Gareth-Kelly, thank you very much. Gareth-Kelly, standing in the constituency of Malew Santon on the 29th of September.
Thank you.
It's 8 o'clock.